Hello everybody and a good day to you all. Today I am talking about Carnival Row season number 1. Now before I get into anything, before I say anything, I'm letting you know right now there's going to be some spoilers. A whole lot happened and I don't know how to contain it all, but there's going to be some spoilers in this. If you haven't finished watching the whole season yet, watch it first, then come back here and continue. Or you don't mind being spoiled, let's go on this journey together. So this is Carnival Row season number 1. This is the Amazon Prime original series, and the directors of this series were Thor Freudenthal, John O'Mell, Anna Forrester, Andy Goddard. And you're pretty much following two main people who you're following. You found Orlando Bloom's character and Cara Delevingne's character. Orlando Bloom's character is Philo. He is a cop. He's a detective. And you have Vignette, Cara Delevingne's character, Vignette. She is a pixie, or a pick, that's what they call them. And you find out how they met in the war, how they fell in love, and you find out that he is half pixie, that he's half human, half pixie. His father was human, his mother was a pixie, and he pretty much has been trying to find his place in the world. And when he met her, he felt like he felt his home. They fell in love very quickly. But the thing is, though, it was a time of war. He pretended he's passing as human, and he realizing that he can't really live with her and bring her into his world because it's gonna bring a lot of conflicts. And so he pretends to be dead, let her think that she's dead, so she can move on without him, and he can move on with his life. But even though he moved on, she hasn't quite moved on from him. She's been mourning him for a long period of time. And even though he has found somebody else, a human, to sleep with, but he still hasn't really opened up to anybody or anyone because he's been trying to pass all this time. And then he finds out that he's had pixie. Well, he can get into a whole lot of trouble. He can go to jail, and because he's working for the police too, it matters even worse. So even though he has somebody in his life who he's sleeping with, he's not really in love with her because he's not really open to her. And while he's on the job, he's trying to investigate this case, and people are dying. But most of these cases involving people who are of the Fae, and cops don't care about them. Cops don't care about the Fae, and only people they don't start caring until human beings start dying too. And the thing, the messed up part is, all these deaths seem to be evolved around him, like people who knew who he was or what he was, and they seem to be dying. So he finds out that he's the cause of these deaths, but he can't say this because it involves both of himself that he's had pixie. So he's that way he's investigating this on his own. Found out what's going on, but then he finds out that all the deaths revolve around him and its origin, and he can't tell anybody what's going on. So you see him struggling with trying to find his place in the world. Also struggling when when Vignette found out that he actually still alive. The person he fell in love with gave her a heart to, and then he pretty much crushed it and pretended to be dead. Not really messed up. So you got that whole thing going on. Then you have the whole story going on with like a love story going on with Imogen, who is come from a wealthy family. She's a human, and you got Agresius, who is a puck or pretty much a satyr, and the Fae don't really have it easy, but somehow, some way, he managed to pretty much not only succeed but become very wealthy, and her family, well, because of Imogen's brother Ezra made some bad business decisions, lost a whole lot of money. And so the family is pretty much almost broke, and he's trying to find a way to get loans to get ahead. But so she decides to try to finesse Agresius, knowing that he wants to be part of that world, that she could play him. But in the process, not only does she gets to know this guy and realize that maybe people who are not completely human aren't bad. She starts to fall in love with him, which I saw that coming a long time ago. Because this is the thing. She's been wanting to get married since the first time you get introduced to her. And when she finds out somebody rich who's single move next door, she's already ready. She getting putting on her best clothes, and she getting all fancy up. I'm gonna get myself a man today. I'm gonna get myself a man today. And she goes to the door and she sees Agresius there, and he's the puck. She says, "What? I'm not going to marry you." But you see them falling. When she gets to know him, see his world, and see where he's coming from, get an understanding of who he is, an attraction happens, which I already knew was going to happen. When I first time I saw them meet each other, and when she ran away, I said, "Oh, they're going to sleep together. oh, they're going to sleep together, and they did. So you got these murders going on with this monster creature killing everybody. And you got Philo trying to figure out what's going on, what's happening, while also at the same time not trying to expose himself, but that doesn't quite work out. And also try to pretty much mend the relationship he has with Vignette, because they still love one another, even though they tried to move on. He tried to move on with somebody else who was a human girl. He pretty much even told her who he was and what he was. That didn't work. But still, at the same time, they still managed to find one another, and in the end. And then you had the story with his father, his actual human father, Philo's father, and his wife, who's pretty much a crazy. She's evil because she had a prophecy that her son was going to be significant or wealthy or famous or some kind of a big thing. And so when she found out that her husband had an affair with a fairy a long time ago, and he had a child, well, all these murders are going on, which also trying to find him and kill him just to make sure her son becomes successful. I mean, she even went to the point of kidnapping her son to make sure this stuff happened. And all this being got set in motion by, let me see now, by Sophie, who is the son, who is the son of Ritter Longburn, who is a rival of Alba's son, who is the father of Philo. There's a whole lot of stuff coming. There's a whole lot of things going on. But the show is insane. It's intense. It touches on a lot of subject about race and racism, interracial dating, and stuff like that. About class and politics, and even has incest in here. I mean, this show is pretty much like the Game of Thrones with fairies. It's pretty much that, because it's all people are trying to bid for power. People are following prophecies and killing people for these prophecies to make sure their children succeed. I mean, it's like backstabbing, lies. A whole lot of stuff goes down. The special effects on this show is done quite well. It's actually pretty good. There are certain scenes with the flying with the fairies. It's like a little bit weird. You can tell they're on wires, but other than that, it's done quite well. The story is told is amazing, and how they had like other stories going on, how they crossed and mingle between one another is just fantastic. I'm looking forward. I'm happy that I think it's going to get a second season. I'm looking forward to that because of how everything wrapped up and came together, and not only that, because of what happened towards the end, things get even worse because you have Ibison's who is like a magistrate, he's in politics, and he wants to try to make a world where humans and Fae can live together as one. But his rival Ritter, who thinks that humans are getting replaced, and people are taking over, they're taking our jobs, they take blah 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 blah, and they need to be put down. And so he wants to start a fight and a war. And you see these two fighting one another, but you see Ritter's daughter, which is really messed up, knows how it feels to be ridiculed for how she looks. That's because of the color of her skin. But because she's human, she uses fear, and the thing is though, she doesn't believe what she's saying. But she knows they're scared. She knows what they're scared of, and so she uses that to get her seat of power, which is something that goes on now, especially with our president. And how he used fear and of the Mexicans or of anybody who's not white, just to scare them, so he'll get his position of power. And she's using that here too. Even how she manipulated her I guess you could say brother/boyfriend's mom, and to make sure this whole murder thing started in the first place. Like the messed up thing is though, two human women, caused pretty much all this chaos in this episode, in this whole entire series. One for her quest for power, making sure her son was on top, and the other one for her quest for power by all she did was send a letter and put everything in motion. Because of this letter she sent to Jonah's mom, it made her go on this killing spree, and then it got Philo involved, and all this. So all this stuff happened because these two women wanted power. Wow. Crazy. The show is really good. I really enjoyed each and every episode. Just like finding out more, discovering more of this world, more discovering these characters. I mean, even though there was some part that was kind of predictable, like the whole love story going on between Imogen and Agricius, even though I saw that coming, I pretty much called it from the start. It was still beautiful how it came together, and it still worked well. And I would, even though when we started to see them fall in love with one another, I really did enjoy it. It was like great. The only thing I had with this series I don't really like that much. I mean, I liked everything. Was the fact that Centaurs didn't get that much time to shine. That's pretty much it. But that's just a me thing. I like Centaurs. Even though they did show them in here, they don't show them that much. So I just, oh well, is what it is. But overall, great season, great first start. I'm looking forward to the next one. Again, to see a whole grade, I'm giving it a solid A. I'm giving it an A because I really did enjoy it. So leave your comments down below. Let me know what you thought about this series Carnival Row. If you haven't watched it, check it out for yourself. Hope when you watch it, you will enjoy it. Have fun watching it too. So give my channel a big like, hit the thumbs up, shaboop, and subscribe to my channel and share. I would appreciate it. Like I always say, in my dream in life, I am the Ninja Rabbit. Peace out, peoples.